Are you looking for one of the cutest small towns in the USA, filled with tons of incredible things to do, loads of history, delicious things to eat, and beautiful beaches? You're in luck because Key West, Florida is all of that and more. Key West is the southernmost point of the continental USA, the furthest that you can drive in the Florida Keys, and it is only 90 miles to Cuba. Whether Key West is one of your cruise ports of call and you're only here for the day, maybe you're here for a weekend getaway, or you are blessed to spend the winter down in the Keys, it can be really hard to narrow down all of the incredible things to do to the top places that you should visit during your stay. In this video, I am going to walk you through the very best of the best things to do in Key West. Now, I'm talking about the touristy things that are totally worth it and hidden gems and local favorites that you may not know about. Are you ready to explore Key West? Let's get started. Number one, we have Fort Zachary Taylor State Park. Now, we're going to start off this video super strong with one of the most incredible beaches in all of the Florida Keys. Something that you might not know about is there aren't really that many good beaches in the Florida Keys, and that is the result of a beautiful live coral reef that stretches from Key Largo all the way to Dry Tortugas. That being said, you are in luck because Fort Zachary Taylor right here in Key West is truly one of the best of the best. Of course, the highlight of this state park is exploring the absolutely stunning beaches. The water is pristine and blue, and the sand is really nice and white. Now, there are also places that you can go here to just relax under the shade of the trees, watch the cruise ships go by, or get something to eat from the concession stands. Of course, visiting the beach is incredible, but you should also make time to visit Fort Zachary, which is the fort that the park was named after. You can explore around this fort or you can take a tour, and my favorite part is that it overlooks the ocean with stunning views. Fort Zachary Taylor State Park only costs $4.50 per car to visit, and your car can hold up to 8 people. This makes it one of my favorite cheap things to do in Key West if you're trying to explore on a budget. Number two, we have the Key West Butterfly and Nature Conservatory, and this place needs to top your list because it totally blew my mind. I visited butterfly gardens all around the world, and the one here in Key West is truly one of the best that I've ever seen. There are hundreds of free-flying butterflies all around the conservatory, as well as exotic birds and 2 sassy flamingos. The butterflies were the most active that I've ever seen in my entire life. Normally they're just like hanging out on a leaf somewhere, but these were flying all around, and it really felt like you were stepping into a magical fairy tale. I highly recommend putting this place on the top of your Key West bucket list. If you're enjoying this video on Key West, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. Number three, we have visit the southernmost point of the continental USA. Now, if you just finished the butterfly garden, this stop is very near, so I recommend doing them both at the same time. Keep in mind that the southernmost point is super touristy, and the line to take pictures with it is incredibly long. If you want to beat the crowds, I highly recommend going first thing in the morning while everyone is still sleeping and at breakfast. That being said, I do still put the southernmost point on my list. It is a super unique place to go. I always wait and get my own personal photo there, but you could even just walk by it to say that you saw it. Number four is to try good key lime pie in Key West. Now, key lime pie is the most famous dessert to come out of the Florida Keys, but not all of it is created equal. Some slices of key lime pie can cost anywhere from $10 to $15 per slice, and I would hate for you to waste money on subpar key lime pie, so I'm going to show you the top places to go. Number one is Moondog Cafe. This place has the most incredible key lime pie. This is my favorite in all of the Florida Keys, and I've tried many. It has a tower of toasty meringue, and it's the perfect blend of sweet and tart. Number 2, we have Blue Heaven. This restaurant is absolutely incredible. Their key lime pie is super famous. It is one of the originals in this area and a local favorite. I personally still think that Moondog gives a slight edge, but this one is still an amazing, solid choice, and you should check out Blue Heaven for dinner as well. Finally, we have Four Marlins, which is a restaurant located right on the beach. This has a very even distribution of meringue and key lime pie, and it's a more milder and sweeter taste. So it all depends on you, but these 3 options you really can't go wrong with. Number 5, we have the Hemingway Home and Gardens. And yes, Hemingway like Ernest Hemingway. This was his home. The Hemingway Museum is a really incredible piece of American history where Ernest Hemingway lived and wrote, but the highlight is visiting the 6-toed cats. Some of these cats are descendants from the original ones that Ernest Hemingway himself owned. If you decided to take my key lime pie suggestion and go to Moondog Cafe, I highly recommend coupling that with a visit to the Hemingway Museum because they are both super near. Number 6, we have take a day trip to Dry Tortugas National Park, and this is one of my favorite things that I've ever done. Dry Tortugas National Park is located 70 miles off the coast of Key West, and the most popular ways to get there are either by seaplane or by ferry boat. If you are looking to visit Dry Tortugas, I highly recommend booking your transportation well in advance. As soon as you arrive, you are immersed in a remote island paradise. Dry Tortugas is an incredible place for snorkeling. You can explore the historic fort, relax on the beach, go on tours, and more. The water here is perfectly crystal clear and stunningly blue and will make you feel like you're in the Maldives or the Bahamas. The fort here is super fun to explore and has the most incredible sweeping views. You have the choice to tour the fort with a ranger-led tour, or you can just walk around at your own pace. There is always so much to see and do. Visiting Dry Tortugas does take advanced planning as transportation books up, and the cost to come here is quite high. But if you are able to make it work, this destination will completely blow your mind. It is one of the most incredible things I've ever done, and it should top your Key West bucket list. One quick note, if you wanted to visit Dry Tortugas, but maybe the cost is a little too high for you or all of the transportation sold out, I highly recommend putting Fort Zachary Taylor State Park, which we talked about earlier, on your list. It is still a fort with ocean views and stunning blue waters at a fraction of the cost and so much more easily accessible. Number 7, we have Explore Duval Street. Now, Duval Street is home to tons of shops, restaurants, bars, nightlife, you name it, you can probably find it here. Duval Street is the most popular street in Key West, and as a result, it can get super congested and really busy. I highly recommend leaving your car at your hotel or accommodation and instead either walking or renting bikes. This will save you tons of time and tons of money on parking. How do I know? Because I've done it. I personally love heading to Duval Street for dinner, getting something to eat, walking around and enjoying the nightlife, and going window shopping. If you're still looking to visit but you want it to be less crazy, I do recommend going in the earlier hours of the day, maybe for breakfast or lunch. It's still a super fun and incredible experience and should be on your list. Number 8, we have Smathers Beach. Now, I often get a little bit of hate for saying this, but I do think that Smathers Beach is one of the best beaches in the Keys, and I think that's kind of an unpopular opinion, so you're just gonna have to visit yourself and let me know. Unlike other beaches in the Keys, Smathers Beach has lots of really nice white sand, easy entry into the water, great space to relax, facilities, and more. Although the Keys really don't have the most incredible beaches as compared to other parts in Florida, I do think that Smathers Beach and Fort Zachary Taylor State Park are 2 of the best that the Keys have to offer, and certainly the top 2 in Key West. Number 9, we have visiting mile marker 0. So what makes this random sign so special? This is the end of US Highway 1. This highway stretches from Maine all the way to Key West, and it's over 2,300 miles long. This is the southernmost point of US Highway 1, and what is there to actually do here? I mean, you're gonna come, you're gonna take a picture, maybe shop in one of the little stores that are nearby, and say you saw the end of a 2,300 mile long road. Number 10, we have visit Mallory Square. Now, Mallory Square is located at the northern part of Duval Street, whereas the southernmost point and the Butterfly Garden are at the southern end. The most popular thing to do at Mallory Square is to go for sunset for the Key West Sunset Celebration. This happens nightly and so many entertainers come together, and it's just a really fun way to hang out and watch the sunset. While you're at Mallory Square, I also recommend checking out the Key West Cruise Port, which is adjacent. This is where the cruise ships let off, and it's a really fun area to walk around. You can see all sorts of fancy yachts, there are ice cream shops, various restaurants, and of course you can go walk around all the various stores. Both Mallory Square and the cruise port offer beautiful sweeping views of the ocean and are just an all-around great place to explore and relax. If you're looking for one of the best places to stay in Key West and you're an adult, I highly recommend H2O Suites. This is an adults-only hotel, and the highlight are the beautiful suites with your own private plunge pool. Having a private pool in Key West is so unique and so fun, and they even have a rooftop pool and bar as well. H2O Suites is located just steps away from Duval Street, the Butterfly Garden, and the southernmost point, making it a really well-situated place to explore everything that Key West has to offer. Key West has been around for hundreds of years with so many things to do, making it incredibly difficult to narrow it down to just the top 10. Whether you love history, stunning tropical beaches, cute cats, or delicious key lime pie, I personally believe that there is something for everyone right here in Key West. Before you go, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell, and we'll see you next time.